Hi, you're watching Bro Squad Reviews. I'm Melanie, and you're probably wondering why I'm on the floor today. Well, as the title of this video might suggest, I'm about to do something that I've wanted to do for a while. We tried to do it one time, but after looking at the footage, I sounded like I was high on cough syrup, and I decided that that didn't need to be on the internet. So we're doing take 2 today. And I'm going to be doing a library tour. So I have a bookcase here and then a bookcase behind me. So we might like split them into 2 parts because I don't know how long this is going to take. Also, I'm moving soon, so I have like a legitimate excuse to take all the books off of my bookshelf and not put them back on again. So, I have a fair amount of books, and I don't want this to turn into an hour-long video that nobody wants to watch. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to read out the book title, show you the book, and I might say a few comments, but for the most part we're just going to pull books off shelves, see what I've got. Let me know if you see any books that you're like, hey, I've read that, I really enjoyed that, or if you have cool books in your library that you think I should read. Because I'm always up for new books. I have a few books that are lying on the floor here because this one actually I'm currently rereading. So I just kind of chucked it over here so that way it could be included with this video. But this is Beastly by FLINN. This is actually one of the few romance books I've gotten K to read and actually liked. So check that over there so I can continue reading that. The Facts and Fictions of MINA PRATT by Patricia MacLachlan. This is going to be a tongue twister today because we're going to see how much I can say words of. A Memory of Dragons by ANNABEL and EDGAR Johnson. This one I think there is a review for on our blog. I don't think I've done a video for it yet though, so it's very good. Prisoner of PSI, also by ANNABEL and EDGAR Johnson. Again, would recommend. Like half of these books are going to be like, I'm just going to recommend them. MARIEL of REDWALL, which is my favorite. And the BELLMAKER. Oh dear, I forgot I had this. Dead Men Don't Crochet by HECHMAN. I did a review on this. I think I even did a video. Link in the description box if you're interested. It's a mystery novel about a lady who crochets and apparently solves mysteries. The Lab series by Heath. So this is The Lab. Remote Control. And then this one I actually got signed by the author. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to like finish the series, but at this point his books were only available in Australia, and so we had to get it ordered directly from the author himself. But I got it signed, and so that's great. The Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. Highly recommend all of Shannon Hale's work. The Goose Girl made me cry, but it was so good. Just Ella by Margaret Peterson HADDIX. Trying to remember if I did a review for this. I don't know. Hope for Tomorrow by Michelle de BRUN. Actually, I met Michelle in real life, and I was like, you know what? After meeting her, I want to read her book, and so I bought it. We have The Landry News by Andrew Clements. Andrew Clements is always a good read. Even though that's like, he's like a lower reading level, still good, still a good time. We have The Janitor's Boy. FRINDLE, which my copy of FRINDLE is it's rather beat up. The Report Card, which I got at a thrift store for 50 cents. Island Girl by Sandra Bird. Red Velvet, also by Sandra Bird. I haven't read this one for a while. I think I'm going to stick that in my to-read pile. Okay, we're almost done with like the first section of my bookshelf, which by the way, I built this bookshelf in sophomore year of high school. I took a shop class, and it has like adjustable shelving, which I didn't plan it that well. I wanted it to be able to be the same height as my desk, which is behind this. And other than that, I just kind of did the shelves. So it works is I have a shelf for books, and another shelf for books, and then a smaller shelf for my CDs, which we're not going to go over today. But we have Shakespeare's Secret by Elise Broach. I just read everything, really. Oh yay, this is an old favorite. Poppy. We love Poppy. I did a video on Poppy. It's great. You should watch it. I think I did a video on Ragweed, because I did like a whole series, almost. And then Poppy and Rye, the Beavers. Eddie's Blue Winged Dragon by C.S. Adler. I apologize. I'm just going to say some things about this book real quick, though. I don't like the cover art for this one. The one I initially read I like the cover art much better. But we're not going to get into that, because Eddie's Blue Winged Dragon is about a kid with cerebral palsy. And there's not very many books, I feel, that are written with main characters that have physical disabilities, but this one's so well written and so well done, and it's just a light and an inspiration. The Castle in the Attic by Elizabeth Winthrop. Holes by Lewis Sackart. Kay's sister, otherwise known as Elle, and I did a video on holes. We did. Dog Called Kitty by Bill Wallace. First book to make me cry. Libby on Wednesday by Zilpha Keatley Snyder. We have volume 1 and 2 of the Z Forever series by Mark Reed. These are a self-published comic by Mark Reed. I think he kind of got his start on like Flipnote, if you remember way back with like the DS. Monsoon Summer by Natalie Perkins. And then this is a series that I have most of the books of. So we have Dragon Spell by Donita K. Paul. Dragon Quest, Dragon Knight, and then somewhere in there I'm missing like Dragon Fire or something. And this is Dragon Light. The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm by Christopher Paolini. We did do a video on this one. I read it. If you're a fan of the Aragon series, just read it, because why not? This Season by Sarah McLean. Autumn's Grace by Sarah Meisinger. I actually know the author, and just being able to read her book is very special to me. Elle Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. We're almost done. Fairest, also by Gail Carson Levine. The Two Princesses of Bomar, Gail Carson Levine. The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. Very good. I haven't read any more of her work, but really enjoyed The Westing Game. A Ring of Endless Light by Madeline Langle. We did do a video on this one. We did. Savvy by Ingrid Law. Also a thrift store purchase. This one I got recently. It's a collection of short stories by Louis L'Amour about his character Beaudry, who is Chick Beaudry. He's a Texas Ranger. The View from Saturday by E.L. Konisberg. So that's all for this bookcase. I've kind of organized them to be like, this is most of my fiction. Back there we have like nonfiction and manga. It's a great time, so please do join me for that. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure, and now I'm like one step closer to finishing than packing.